Dave Krantz with us here on the John Mendola Show, Pittston Area Wrestling. Coach, been with the program a while, and good season, winning the Wyoming Valley, and not easy accomplishment. A lot of good teams. Talk a little bit about the squad this year and these guys kind of getting after it.
Yeah, well, we came in second the last 2 years, and I guess third time is a charm. But this team here is they're coming together. They're working as one. There's no separation. Everyone's just working together, and they're picking up what I'm throwing down. Whatever I'm teaching in that room, these guys they're picking up. So I'm really proud of the way they're working this year. We tell them we don't worry about wins or losses. We worry about their effort out on the mat, and throughout the whole year, that's what they've been given. They've been given 100% effort, and the season shows for that. So.
You've been around a lot of quality wrestlers at Pittston area. Just talk about, engaging with those guys, those coaches, absorbing everything you could. I mean, you're kind of all about it.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's a lot of history at Pittston. So a lot of good wrestlers came through that program. Starting with Frank Barbary. Frank Barbary was probably one of the founding fathers, not the first guy to make the States, but he's actually got it rolling back there in the early 90s. So, and then after him, his brother and myself, and a bunch of the Woodalls came through, and it just steamrolled from then. So that was probably the big start of the history of Pittston area back in the early 90s. I mean, we had some success before that. Billy Shimnosky is actually our first person to ever qualify for state. So, but we've had a lot of good history at Pittston area wrestling. So this goes back, 30 years. So it's great.
Just about all these guys, everybody you mentioned, all grinders.
All grinders.
You guys are all grinders there. Blue collar, put in the effort. You feel like there's a similar effort, kind of like, coaches will say it doesn't matter what the sport is. Boy, it's hard to find kids that are working hard, but you feel blessed that, hey, we got a lot of kids that grind it out.
It's an honor for me to work with these grinders. They're grinding every day. Like I said, at practice, they're picking up what we're throwing down, and we do a lot of live situational wrestling, and that takes a taxing on your body. And these kids they're up for it every day. They get in there, and they're willing to work hard every day. So yeah, they're definitely grinders. So that Hayden Harris, he just came out. He's a first-year wrestler. Comes out, and when he goes out on that mat, he goes as hard as he can from when that whistle blows to the whistle stops, and that's what you love seeing. It's the effort, and when you put that effort out there, the wins and losses take care of themselves. So
you've seen a lot of wrestling in your career. I mean, I could picture back in the 90s, in 2000s, down at a District 11 meet, and you're kind of there watching it, in the program and part of it, and talk a little bit about, just seeing what we're doing here in District 2. Everybody still compares for 30, 40 years, covering this stuff. People are like, hey, we're still not District 11, but you got to be who you are. And you're District 2, and it's, hey, let's get the most out of our kids. And it seems as all the wrestling coaches in District 2, they're all rooting for each other's kids. Hey, let's make an impact. Let's send kids as far as we can.
When we get down to regionals, District 2 comes together. I mean, when we're competing against each other, it's competition. We're getting after this and that. But when we get down to that regional tournament, you could see how District 2 unites all together, and everybody's working as one. It's just like, you got a West Scranton kid wrestling, we're watching West Scranton. You got a Hazleton, everybody's wrestling, watching the kids from our district. So, and that's a great thing. So it's a great thing to see. And District 2 is finally starting to pick up and get back to where we once were. They're back in the 90s and into the 2000s, probably actually late 90s going into the 2000s, so 2004, 2005, maybe even longer. I think we had a state champ for like 10 years in a row there. So, I see the District 2 definitely coming back and getting back in there. There's some good clubs in the area. You got Stingers and you got Mad Assassins. And the kids that really want to get better in the summer, they're doing these things and they're getting better. So in return, the whole area gets better. And that's what you want to see.
I do feel like there's a little shot in the arm in the last couple of years with girls wrestling. It seems like it's given just the sport itself more energy, I think. And especially in District 2, people are getting excited for these young ladies and what they're able to do on the mat as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, in the beginning, I wasn't all about it. But once I seen that these girls are having the same opportunity as these boys now, and they're able to go to college, and now I think it's a great thing. If you asked me this 10 years ago, I said, no, girls don't belong in wrestling. But I'll tell you right now, I did a 360 on this. It is phenomenal for the girls. They get the same opportunity, and these girls, some of these girls they're tough, man. They're grinders.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to see that, and it was nice to see the girls tournament at the state tournament, the girls wrestling at the state tournament for the first time last year. That was really cool. I do gotta say one thing. We've got from this conference title. We haven't had one since 2004. So it's been a while for Pittston to get back on on that chart or that banner in the gym. So really proud of this team getting back to that. So.
As far as, filling weights, talk about, guys competing in weight classes. You feel like you have a little bit of depth where, hey, if he's not starting, he's learning for that next step, maybe next year or the year after.
Yeah, so I always tell my freshmen coming in, I always tell my freshmen and the sophomores, if they're just coming up as a sophomore or if they're a freshman, I bring them up. I always tell them, I say, look, I am not worried about you winning or losing here. I want you two things out of you. I want you to absorb everything that we're showing. I want you to learn, and I want you to have fun. I want you to have fun throughout the year. And everything else will take care of itself if you put your effort out there. And I tell that to every freshman, every sophomore that comes up, and I get them to buy into that, into what we're teaching, what we're throwing down. They start picking up, and then they take off with it. We have 3 freshmen on the team this year. Timmy Riefler is I think he's like 19-4. He's having a heck of a year as a freshman. Mikhail Roman has a great record. I'm not sure his exact record, but he's got over 500. He's got a winning record as a freshman as well. So, and then we have a bigger guy. We have Wyatt Sweeter. He's in the 89-pound or 91-pound bracket. So obviously he's wrestling juniors and seniors. So he's getting some really good experience wrestling those older kids, and he's getting great experience.
Kid like Spindler, he kind of could be a little bit quiet. But boy, he could lead just by watching what he does. Talk about what it's like to have him in the room and what he does.
Yeah, it's a very smart wrestler. He knows the sport. His brother was very well, so he learned a lot from his brother as well. Very knowledgeable of the sport. Wrestles smart. He's just him and Noah in the room. You can't ask for a better workout partner than Brody Spindler. I mean, especially for Noah. We got Noah back out on the team this year. Our 215 and heavyweights, they're going at it every day. So. They're making each other better. So
get to this point, it's early in the season. You think about January, okay, we're wrestling for the title, but the season starts going quick here. We're in the middle now, almost of January. It's like, okay, before you know it, we'll get to districts, and then it'll be, regional. So talk about, you feel like you're in a good spot right now. Guys are going to peak at the right time here for PA.
Yeah, we always Pittston always seems to peak. We always, since I've been coaching, we've been peaking right at districts. We're always been peaking at districts, and that's what you want. And I tell the kids, nothing what has happened during the season before districts matters once districts comes. It's a new season, but we want to be peaking at our wrestling at our best at that time, districts, regionals, and stage. End of February, you want to be ready to rock and roll for those tournaments. And we, like I said in the past, we've been really good in the postseason. So,
Dave, great to catch up with you. I know there's a million more questions, but hey, we're going to keep it short and sweet here. But it's almost 9 minutes we're talking here. But great job. Good to see you. And you keep up the good work there, PA.
Appreciate it, John. Thanks for having us on the show. We appreciate it.